Have you ever felt like someone craves you, but they never say it? Like they're watching, waiting, but never making a move? What if I told you that their silence isn't just hesitation, it's a strategy? The truth about why they stay silent will shock you. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever found yourself wondering why someone who desires you remains silent? Why the one who watches but never speaks? Who lingers in your energy but never steps forward, keeps you guessing? Let me tell you something. The truth will shock you. Craving is not the same as committing. Wanting is not the same as taking action. Silence is a message, and it speaks louder than words. It tells you everything you need to know. Real desire is bold. True interest is clear. Love doesn't hesitate. Some remain silent because they are afraid of rejection, afraid of vulnerability, afraid that they may not be enough. But let me remind you, someone who is truly meant for you will not let fear hold them back. Others stay silent because they are emotionally unavailable. Their past wounds keep them locked in hesitation, and they leave you waiting for a version of them that may never exist. And then there are those who are silent because they enjoy the power of your uncertainty. They want you wondering. They want you questioning. They want you chasing. But here's the hard truth. Love is not a guessing game. If someone craves you but cannot step up, then they are not ready for the weight of you. They admire you from a distance, but admiration alone does not build relationships. Words unspoken will never create the love you deserve. So stop waiting for signs. Stop translating silence into hidden love. The one who wants you will make it known, and the one who is silent is showing you exactly where they stand. You are worth more than uncertainty. You are worth more than hesitation. You are worth more than waiting. Walk forward with confidence. The right one will never leave you wondering. Wanting something but not taking action is one of the most puzzling human behaviors, especially when it comes to relationships. It's a situation that leaves many confused, frustrated, and questioning their own worth. Why does someone crave you, desire you, think about you, and yet remain silent? The truth is, craving without action is meaningless. It's like having a deep hunger but refusing to eat. Standing in front of an open door but not stepping through. The desire is there, the feeling is real, but something holds them back. This silence can be rooted in fear, insecurity, emotional baggage, or even selfish intentions. Many times a person desires you but is paralyzed by the fear of rejection. They crave you in their mind. They think about you in the quiet moments, but their fear whispers doubts. What if I'm not good enough? What if I get hurt? What if I lose control? These unspoken fears create a prison where they remain trapped, unable to step forward. But the truth is, love requires courage. The Bible reminds us in 2 Timothy 1:7, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Fear is not from God, and when someone allows fear to silence them, they are letting something other than love take control. Another reason a person may crave you but remain silent is emotional unavailability. Sometimes people carry wounds from the past, broken trust, failed relationships, deep insecurities, and instead of healing, they hold on to them. They desire love, but their heart is guarded. They long for connection, but they resist vulnerability. This creates a cycle where they admire you from a distance, drawn to your energy, your light, your presence, yet they won't allow themselves to get too close. This type of craving is dangerous because it keeps you in a state of uncertainty. You feel their presence, you sense their emotions, but you never receive clarity. The truth is, love cannot thrive in confusion. Love is clear, love is bold, and love does not operate in fear. The Bible says in 1 John 4:18, there is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, because fear involves torment. If someone truly wants you, they will not let fear stop them. They will step up, they will speak, they will take action. Another harsh reality is that some remain silent because they enjoy the power of your uncertainty. They crave you, but they don't want to lose control. They want to know that you are thinking about them, wondering about them, waiting for them, yet they refuse to give you clarity. This is not love. This is selfishness. True love does not leave you confused, does not make you question your worth, does not keep you waiting for breadcrumbs of attention. If someone truly values you, they will make it clear. They will not let silence be their only language. The most important thing to remember is that craving does not equal commitment. A person can desire you, think about you, and still not be willing to step up. And the worst thing you can do is waste your time waiting for someone to overcome their own hesitation. If they truly want you, they will show it. If they truly care, they will not let silence be the only thing you hear from them. Your worth is not found in waiting for someone to gather the courage to choose you. Your worth is in knowing that the right person will never make you doubt where you stand. Fear of rejection is one of the most powerful emotions that can keep a person silent, even when they deeply crave someone. It is a hidden battle within the mind that creates hesitation, uncertainty, and self-doubt. Many times, people desire love, companionship, and connection, yet they allow fear to paralyze them. They want to reach out, they want to express their feelings, but the thought of being turned away, embarrassed, or not measuring up keeps them locked in silence. This fear of rejection is not just about relationships. It is about self-worth, identity, and the deep need for validation. One of the biggest reasons people fear rejection is because they have placed their value in the hands of others. They believe that if they are not accepted, they are not worthy. If they are not chosen, they are not enough. This is a dangerous mindset because it allows external approval to determine inner confidence. But the truth is, no human being has the authority to define your worth. The Bible reminds us in Jeremiah 1:05, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." God already approved of you before anyone else had an opinion. Rejection from people does not mean rejection from God. Another reason people fear rejection is because of past wounds. Maybe they have been turned down before, humiliated, or made to feel like they were not enough. These experiences create mental barriers, making them believe that history will repeat itself. Instead of seeing rejection as a moment in time, they internalize it as a personal failure. This is why so many stay silent even when they crave someone deeply. They are too afraid of experiencing that pain again. They think, what if I try and fail? What if I open my heart and get hurt? But the reality is, living in fear only creates regret. It keeps people stuck in a cycle where they want love, but never take the risk to receive it. The fear of rejection also ties into pride and ego. Some people remain silent because they don't want to appear weak or vulnerable. They think that expressing their emotions makes them look desperate or foolish. They would rather suffer in silence than take the chance of looking like they care too much. But this mindset is rooted in insecurity, not strength. True strength is not in hiding feelings, but in having the courage to express them. The Bible says in 2 Timothy 1:7, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." If love is real, it will require risk. It will require stepping beyond comfort and choosing faith over fear. Many people don't realize that rejection is often protection. Sometimes God allows rejection to keep us from something that is not meant for us. A closed door is not a reflection of our value, but a redirection towards something greater. When someone is afraid to take action because they fear being rejected, they are missing the bigger picture. If one person doesn't see their worth, that does not mean they are unworthy. It simply means they were not the right fit. Too often people let the possibility of rejection stop them from ever trying. But what if rejection is just a step toward the right person? What if silence and hesitation are actually blocking them from their blessing? The hard truth is, someone who truly values you will not let fear keep them from stepping forward. If a person remains silent because they are too afraid to risk rejection, then they are not ready for the depth of love. Love is not for the fearful. It is for the bold, for those who understand that true connection requires vulnerability. If a person is letting fear stop them from pursuing what they desire, then they have already lost. Love is not meant to be a secret. It is meant to be expressed. Silence is not a sign of love. It is a sign of hesitation, insecurity, and uncertainty. If someone truly craves you, they will not let fear be the reason they lose you. Emotional unavailability is one of the biggest reasons someone may crave you but remain silent. It is a deeply rooted issue that many people do not recognize within themselves. Emotional unavailability means that a person is either unwilling or unable to open their heart fully to another. They may desire love, companionship, and connection, but something inside them creates a barrier. This can come from past trauma, unresolved pain, fear of vulnerability, or simply an unwillingness to commit. No matter how much they crave you, their heart is not in a place to receive or reciprocate love in a healthy way. Another reason people are emotionally unavailable is that they fear losing control. Love is unpredictable, and it requires trust, faith, and surrender. Some people want to maintain complete control over their emotions, and they see love as a threat to that control. They believe that if they allow themselves to fully embrace their feelings, they will become too vulnerable. So instead of taking that risk, they keep themselves at a distance. They crave you but choose silence because silence gives them control. They don't have to risk rejection. They don't have to expose their emotions, and they don't have to face the possibility of change. But the reality is, love is not about control. It is about trust. Some people are emotionally unavailable because they simply do not want commitment. They enjoy the idea of love more than the responsibility of it. They may crave your presence, your energy, and your attention, but they do not want to invest in something real. They prefer surface-level connections because deep, meaningful relationships require effort, consistency, and responsibility. This is why some people will give just enough to keep you interested, but never enough to truly build something with you. They will stay silent, avoid deep conversations, and hesitate to define the relationship because they know deep down that they are not willing to give what real love requires. The Bible teaches that love is not meant to be passive or hesitant. 1 John 3:18 says, "Dear children, let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth." Real love is not just about desire, it is about action. If someone is emotionally unavailable, their actions will show it. They may crave you, but their silence, inconsistency, and hesitation will reveal that they are not ready for the depth of love. Love is not meant to be one-sided. It is not meant to be a guessing game. If someone truly values you, they will not let emotional unavailability be an excuse for silence. Power and control play a significant role in why someone may crave you but remain silent. It is a dynamic that often goes unnoticed because it operates subtly, leaving you questioning their intentions, emotions, and commitment. When a person desires you but refuses to express it openly, their silence is not always rooted in fear or insecurity. Sometimes it is a deliberate act to maintain control over the situation. They know that by staying silent, they keep you wondering, they keep you analyzing their actions, and most importantly, they keep you chasing. This type of behavior is common in relationships where one person enjoys the feeling of being desired, but does not want to fully invest. They crave attention, admiration, and emotional connection, but they also enjoy holding the power. By not revealing their true feelings, they create a sense of mystery and unpredictability, making you feel like you have to earn their affection. This can become emotionally draining because it puts you in a position where you are constantly trying to decode their silence, hoping for signs that they truly care. The reality is, someone who truly loves you will not play games with your emotions. The Bible reminds us in 1 Corinthians 14:33, "For God is not a God of confusion, but of peace." Love should bring clarity, not uncertainty. When someone uses silence as a tool for control, it creates an unhealthy emotional imbalance. They may give you just enough attention to keep you interested, but never enough to provide real security. One day they may be warm and engaging, and the next they pull away without explanation. This keeps you emotionally invested while they maintain control over the pace and depth of the connection. They know that the more they withhold, the more you will seek validation from them. This is not love, it is manipulation. True love does not operate through power plays or emotional games. This type of silent control is often rooted in personal insecurity. Some people do not feel confident in their own worth, so they gain a sense of power by keeping others uncertain. If they can make you wonder about their feelings, they feel desired without having to risk vulnerability. They crave you but do not want to surrender control, so they remain distant enough to keep you longing for them. But the truth is, love is about mutual giving, not one-sided pursuit. Ephesians 4:02 says, "Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love." A love that requires constant guessing is not a love built on patience, humility, or sincerity. Another aspect of power and control is emotional availability. Some people are afraid of fully opening their hearts, so they create emotional barriers through silence. By not expressing their true feelings, they protect themselves from potential rejection or emotional pain. However, this also keeps them from experiencing real intimacy. Love requires a willingness to be vulnerable, and silence is often a way to avoid that. In some cases, silence is a test. The person may crave you but want to see how much effort you will put into pursuing them. They remain distant to see if you will continue trying, feeding their ego and reinforcing their sense of control. This can be extremely frustrating because it creates an illusion that you need to prove your worth. But the truth is, love is not about proving anything. It is about two people who willingly choose each other without games or manipulation. Power and control should never be the foundation of love. If someone truly values you, they will not use silence as a way to keep you emotionally dependent on them. Love is not meant to be a battlefield where one person holds the upper hand. It is meant to be a partnership built on honesty, clarity, and mutual respect. The right person will not leave you wondering. They will step up, communicate openly, and love with sincerity. You said, disinterest in true commitment is one of the biggest reasons why someone may crave you yet remain silent. Many people assume that desire naturally leads to action, but that is not always the case. Some people want the thrill of attraction without the responsibility of a real relationship. They may enjoy your presence, admire you from a distance, or even entertain the idea of being with you, but when it comes to stepping up and committing, they hesitate. Their silence is not because they do not have feelings. It is because they do not want the responsibility that comes with love. Commitment requires effort, consistency, and emotional investment. It is not just about wanting someone, it is about choosing them every single day. Many people are drawn to the excitement of new attraction, but resist the work that love requires. They like the idea of having you in their life, but they do not want to make the sacrifices necessary to build a lasting relationship. This is why they remain silent, giving you just enough to keep your attention, but never enough to provide certainty. They crave you in moments of loneliness or when they need validation, but they do not want to commit to the journey that love demands. One of the main reasons for this disinterest in commitment is fear of responsibility. A real relationship requires communication, emotional vulnerability, and selflessness. Some people are not ready to put in that kind of effort because they prefer to focus on themselves. They might be caught up in their career, personal growth, or even the freedom of single life. They are not necessarily bad people, they are just not in a place where they are willing to prioritize a relationship. However, instead of admitting this, they choose silence. They keep you wondering, making you question whether they will ever step up. But the truth is, if someone truly wants you, they will not hesitate to commit. The Bible reminds us in James 1:8, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. When someone is unsure about commitment, their actions will always be inconsistent. One day, they may seem interested, sending you signals that they care, and the next, they withdraw, leaving you confused. This is because their heart is divided. They crave the connection, but resist the responsibility. They want the emotional benefits of a relationship without the accountability that comes with it. Another reason someone may crave you but avoid commitment is because they enjoy having options. In today's world, many people prefer to keep their options open rather than settle down with one person. They may entertain multiple connections, enjoying attention from different people without fully investing in anyone. This is why they remain silent. They do not want to close the door on you, but they also do not want to be tied down. This kind of behavior is selfish because it keeps you waiting for someone who has no intention of choosing you fully. Commitment also requires emotional maturity. Some people have not yet developed the ability to handle a serious relationship. They may struggle with trust issues, past wounds, or a lack of emotional stability. Instead of facing these issues and growing, they choose avoidance. They prefer to remain distant rather than confront the emotional work required for a lasting relationship. But true love does not run from responsibility. The Bible teaches in 1 Corinthians 13:7, love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Real love is not afraid of commitment. It embraces it. When someone craves you but refuses to commit, it is a sign that they are not ready for the depth of love. They may enjoy your presence, appreciate your qualities, and even imagine a future with you, but if they are not willing to step up, their desire is meaningless. Silence is a choice, and inaction is a decision. Someone who truly values you will not leave you in a state of uncertainty. They will not make you question where you stand. If they are not ready for commitment, they are not ready for love. One of the most overlooked reasons why someone may crave you but remain silent is that they are waiting for you to chase them. This behavior is deeply rooted in pride, insecurity, or a desire for validation. Instead of stepping forward and expressing their feelings, they hold back, hoping that you will make the first move. They want to feel desired, pursued, and reassured of their worth without having to risk rejection themselves. Their silence is not an absence of emotion, it is a calculated way to shift the effort onto you. Many people struggle with the fear of rejection, so rather than taking a risk, they create a dynamic where you are the one constantly seeking clarity. They may drop hints, engage in subtle actions that show interest, or even linger around in your life, but they will not fully express their feelings. They are waiting for you to give them undeniable proof that you want them before they make a move. This creates an unbalanced connection where you are doing all the emotional labor while they sit back and observe. But love is not about power plays, it is about mutual effort. The Bible reminds us in Proverbs 29:25, fear of man will prove to be a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is kept safe. When someone is ruled by fear instead of faith, they allow their emotions to be dictated by pride rather than truth. Some people crave attention more than they crave a relationship. They may want you to chase them because it feeds their ego. It makes them feel wanted and important, even if they have no real intention of committing. This is a dangerous cycle because it keeps you emotionally invested in someone who enjoys the pursuit more than the connection itself. They enjoy knowing that they have a place in your heart, that you think about them, and that you are willing to make an effort for them.